Hello everyone, Tim again here, and today I have the pleasure of bringing you some more Black Ops 2 multiplayer information because as all of you guys know, Gamescom is going on at the moment and the internet is going absolutely wild with information because there's so many different articles and YouTube videos going up with multiplayer information and gameplay that it's just unlocked so much cool info to talk about. And I'm going to talk about two pieces of this info today. Firstly, I'm going to talk about the new Ghost, because unfortunately Ghost is making a return in Black Ops 2, and then if I was designing the game, I would get rid of the stealth perk altogether, because for me, stealth perks are completely undermine what Call of Duty is supposed to be about. Call of Duty is supposed to be about a man with a gun fighting another man with a gun, and whoever's better with his gun wins the gunfight, and stealth perks undermine that because you get people who abuse them. Now, I don't mind people who use stealth perks to move around the map and to try and, flank the opponents and be clever, but what people always do is sit in a corner with their stealth perk and try and just noob it up with a silenced ACR. And this first piece of information is absolutely fantastic because David Vonderhaar has said during Gamescom that whilst Ghost is going to come back, it's going to come back with a very, very significant change. And this change is, if the enemy has a UAV up and you are using Ghost and you are not moving around the map, you will appear on the radar. The only way you can stay off the radar when you're using Ghost, if an enemy UAV is up, is to keep moving. And this is absolutely fantastic news because, for me, the main problem with Black Ops, apart from perhaps the FAMAS being slightly overpowered, was the amount of people who use Ghosts. And you would go into a ground war lobby sometimes, and out of the 18 people in the lobby, 15 of them would be using Ghost, and the game would be so slowed down. You'd get people camping in the most obscure corners on the map, and they would go 5-0 and think they've had a good game and completely ruin it for everyone else. And you would call in UAV after UAV after UAV, and of the enemy team, perhaps one or two of them would appear. And so you'd spend 90% of the game running around, literally having no idea where the enemy were, and then you get shot in the back by a guy who hasn't moved in the last 20 minutes, hasn't come within 100 miles of an objective, and it just completely wrecked Black Ops for me. But this new change, whilst I would prefer not to have Ghost in the game at all, is absolutely fantastic because it means that if you're just committed to camping in the corner with a stealth perk and trying not to get involved in the objective or trying not to get involved with the flow of the game at all, you're going to be punished for it. And I think that's a great step in the right direction because Call of Duty has been too noob friendly for too long. You were always being rewarded for doing badly on Call of Duty in the last couple of ones, with the death streaks and with the overpowered stealth perks and with the newbie weapons, It was so easy for a noob to do well, and I think this will help knock it back towards more of the skill-based times, because I say multiple times, I don't mind if a guy outthinks me or gets a good nade on me or has slightly better gun skill and ends up killing me, but what I hate is when I die when I know it's not my fault, or when a guy is just playing so scrubbily, like he's prone behind a van right in the back corner of the map, and you spawn in and you're desperately trying to run to an objective and you get shot in the back by a guy who's not even playing the game mode, and that is one of the most frustrating things ever. So I'm so glad that Ghost is now going to be completely useless if you're just sitting in a corner. But the interesting thing about it, Vonderhaar hasn't really said how far you're going to have to move to maintain the Ghost bonus. If you can just rotate on the spot or strafe back forwards, a little bit, meter either way, that is going to suck. I really hope you've got to actually be running around or walking quite significantly to keep the bonus, because it's just going to be so frustrating if you can inch literally a foot to the left and not appear on the UAV. But hopefully Vonderhaar's got it balanced and Treyarch got it balanced, and this would be a great step in the right direction. But the second part of what I want to talk about today is focusing on the creator class, because as most of you guys know, creator class has been pretty much the same since COD 4. You got your primary weapon, you can put a couple of attachments on that, you get your secondary weapon, you get lethal and tactical grenades, and then you get your 3 perks, and that is it. You can change slightly within that structure, but the structure is pretty much rigid. And the great thing which seems to be coming out of the Gamescom Black Ops 2 information is that Treyarch have revolutionised this system again, because now the rigid structure of the 3 perks and the primary weapon is completely gone. Instead, it's going to be replaced by 10 points. Now, you can allocate these 10 points however you like. you can spend them on weapons, you can spend them on perks, you can spend them on things called wild cards. So these wild cards are, you're allowed 3 at a time, and you've got to spend 1 point on each of them. Obviously there are 6 of them altogether, and they give you opportunities to, like, for example, pick 2 perk 1 perks, or pick 2 perk 2 perks, or give you a 3rd attachment on your primary weapon, or a 2nd attachment on your secondary weapon. So you could quite easily drop your secondary weapon altogether, have a primary weapon completely tooled up, have 6 perks, and have just lethal grenades, and go around like that just using that one weapon. Or equally, you could have a much more balanced clash. You could just have your 3 perks, you could have a primary and secondary weapon, both lethal and tactical grenades, and then you could put another attachment on your secondary weapon. Or, you know, just there's so many different combinations that have come out now, and I really think this is a great idea, because, you know, the creator class system has stalled a little bit, and it's become a little bit predictable, and it's been a little bit too easy to exploit, because everyone knows after about a month or 2 in what the most powerful combinations are. And I'm just going to give you a shout out straight away: assault rifle, assassin, blind eye, whatever 3rd perk you want, sit rep if you're really going to try and run around the map, steady aim, whatever you want on the 3rd perk. And that is the most powerful combo in Modern Warfare 3. People worked that out about a month in, and people have been abusing it ever since. So what this new creator class system really brings in is a vast array of choice. And whilst there will be some stronger than others choices in the game, what I like about having such a massive array is that whilst your class might be good against some people with another completely different choice are going to dominate you. So there's going to be no one class that is completely dominant, because whilst you might be able to pick 6 perks and be really powerful, you're going to sacrifice on either a lethal or tactical grenade, or you're going to sacrifice a secondary weapon, or you're not going to be able to have as many attachments on your primary weapon. So eventually you're going to run into a guy with a light machine gun who has grip, who has a sight, who has extended mags, who has all of these different things, and suddenly you're going to die. And that is a great step in the right direction. But the one thing I am a little bit worried about is the ability to pick all of these perks from different groups. So you can pick 2 perk 1 perks and 2 perk 2 perks and all of that sort of thing, because what I think I'm going to see is people choosing all of the stealth perks straight off the bat, and going back to the problem that we had in Modern Warfare 3 and in Black Ops of an overly powerful stealth class. And overly powerful perks aren't not as big a deal as you think they are, unless they are stealthy. Because in COD 4, the best perk, by a long way in my opinion, was stopping power. I know it was balanced a little bit with Juggernaut, but in my opinion, if you were using pretty much any class, you would use stopping power on it. Now, this isn't too bad, because if everyone's using stopping power, then you're going to be focusing on gun. But when everyone uses a stealth perk, it really does slow the gameplay down. And I really don't want Black Ops 2 to fall into the same traps that Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 1 did, with this incredibly powerful stealth perk and no really effective combo. But, you know, I've had a look at the information that's come out so far, and it has been 99% fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to this game at the moment. If you are a little bit short on information, if you perhaps haven't been keeping up with some of the Gamescom footage, I'm going to link into the description a fantastic article on the Digital Warfare 24/7 site, which has 50 confirmed information and confirmed facts about Black Ops 2. This is information that's definitely going to be in, all come out from Gamescom or articles online that have been confirmed and backed up. So if you are a bit short on info, the link is going to be in the description. But guys, the commentary is slowly beginning to wind to an end. I really hope you've enjoyed listening to the info so far, and there's going to be plenty more Black Ops 2 information on my channel. So if you are looking forward to hearing more info, this is the place to be. But guys, once again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day.